Good evening and welcome to Duck TV News. I'm Amira Borders.
And I'm Celeste Solis. Here's tonight's stories. Still no Uber, but the city of Eugene is gearing up for a bike sharing program coming soon. Reporter Evita Garza has more.
I'm standing in front of the UO Bike Program, who's been a big part of bringing bike share to Eugene. By this spring, all UO students will be able to get around campus by bike without even having to own one.
The Eugene Bike Share program was proposed in 2012 by the ASUO. Through state funding and grants, the program was approved in 2015. It is in partnership with Social Bicycles, the leading bike share developer in the nation, which is providing all the equipment. UO Bike Program Coordinator Kelsey Moore says that the program is for everyone. She believes that sustainable transportation and the bike share program is great for students who can't commit to having their own bike on campus due to the upkeep and theft. Bike share will start on the UO campus and is expected to expand further into the city of Eugene. UO student Maddie Billings expresses her excitement for the program because it will make her commute easier.
On the rainy days, it feels a lot longer than 20 minutes, so it would be really nice to have a bike available to me on days when I feel like I need one.
There will be 300 bikes distributed around the 30 self-serve stations in University District. Bikes will be available 24 hours, 7 days a week at a low cost.
For Duck TV News, I'm Evita Garza.
For more information, visit eugenebikeshare.com.
Students, you have the opportunity to voice your opinions on the upcoming tuition increase here at the U of O. The ASUO and Tuition and Fees Advisory Board had their first open forum on January 16. Imani Dorsey, the ASUO State Affairs Commissioner, told us the importance of students attending these events.
We really want students to show up from all kinds of backgrounds, because if the same people are showing up or one type of group is showing up, then it's kind of skewed what the actual status of tuition is on campus.
Students are encouraged to visit the ASUO office located in the EMU for questions and concerns. Monthly updates on the tuition process will be posted up until March, when the tuition is decided for the upcoming year. The next student forum will take place in the GSH Great Room on February 1st from 7 to 8 p.m.
The Boys and Girls Club of Emerald Valley recently opened up a brand new state-of-the-art computer lab. IGT, an international game technology company, recently donated $15,000 towards the effort. With the donation, the club was able to purchase 16 Dell computers, headphones, software, and furniture for the new lab. Some more info: the club welcomes kids ages 6 to 18. Over 200 kids visit the club daily. According to their CEO, the hope is that these new devices will allow students to learn essential computer literacy skills to help them in the future.
Last Friday, faculty member Shaniqua Roach held a discussion on the representation of Black homosexuals in film. U of O Ethnic Studies professor Sharice Cheney expresses why she believes Roach's work should be shared.
I think that the work that she is doing needs to be exposed on a campus that, where we don't tend to have these kinds of conversations.
Roach is only in her first year here at the U of O. She works under the Department of Women's Sexuality and Gender Studies. Her main focus is the struggles associated with Black queers.
According to the Oregon Liquor Control Commission, many marijuana dispensaries in the state are not complying with the legal age restriction. During the last 2 weeks of the winter holiday season, the OLCC sent out fake clients under the age of 21 to purchase marijuana. The results came back with a 16% failure rate around the Eugene and Springfield dispensaries and 57% failure rate in Portland. By not following the enforced public safety code, dispensaries could possibly face a 30-day license suspension and a fine up to $1,650. And now we toss it to Emma and Talia for an update on all things winter sports.
Hello, and welcome to the first sports episode of 2018. I'm Emma Childs.
And I'm Talia Franco. Some say new year, new me. We at Duck TV Sports say new year, new sports.
We have some important stories to share with you and some basketball to catch you up on. So let's get started.
The Oregon's men's basketball team will travel to sunny California to face the Cal Bears tomorrow at 6 p.m. The Bears are on a major losing streak. In the past 7 games, they have been struggling with defense and lack of depth on the bench. The Ducks need to beat Cal and Stanford this weekend to even have a shot at making the tournament. This past weekend, the Ducks barely held on against rival Oregon State at home. The Ducks came out strong in the first half, but only made 6 of the 24 shots taken in the second. Final score was 66-57.
Switching over to the women's side, the number 7 ranked Oregon women's team will host the University of California Golden Bears on Friday and the Stanford Cardinal on Sunday. The team lost their veteran Lexi Bando to a leg injury last week, but they have exceeded all expectations without her. Highlighted by Maite Cazorla's team high of 21 points and sophomore Sabrina Ionescu, who recorded her 9th triple-double this past Sunday, moving the Ducks to take down the Utes in Utah, 84-68. The Ducks remain first in the Pac-12 ahead of UCLA and Stanford. As if student athletes don't already have enough on their plate, one Oregon football player has made it his mission to give back to the Eugene community. Reporter Cosme Velasquez has the story.
Former Oregon football player Jawan Williams has Alamo Bowl, Rose Bowl, Pac-12 champion, and national championship appearance under his resume. But in the last 3 years, he has become Coach Williams to youth basketball players in Eugene.
That was one of the reasons why I started coaching, just to get closer to the community. I feel that on Saturdays, the 62,000 fans that are in Austin that scream our names, you know, they deserve just a little bit more. They deserve us to give back. So this is just my way of just giving back to the community that's given so much to the university and to the athletic department.
His experience as a student athlete, as well as his knowledge of the game of basketball, allows Jawan to connect to his players.
It's so different than just having one of us dads coach, because, you know, we get a little respect, but he's a Duck football player, so he gets a lot of respect from the boys.
Now the tables have turned on Jawan as he gets to experience the difficulties of coaching rather than being coached.
Getting them to understand the game, you know, you could teach them a play, but just the nuances of the game, you know, if I cut here, I can get another teammate open, but everybody, you know, wants to take that last shot. They want to be the Steph Curry, they want to be the Kobe, they want to be the Jordan of the team.
And the best part of coaching?
Just seeing them score. You know, every time they score, I feel like I scored. And it's just, I just love seeing them score, and just the reaction on the parents' faces and their faces when they actually do something, or when we take something from practice and it goes into the game and it works seamlessly. That's probably the best.
For Duck TV Sports, I'm Cosme Velasquez.
Thanks, Cosme. In other Oregon football news, this year will be the 7th straight year that the Ducks will have a former player win the Super Bowl. The New England Patriots safety Patrick Chung played at Oregon as a defensive back from 2004 to 2008. He already has 2 Super Bowl rings. The Eagles have 2 Pro Docs on their roster this year, running back Kenyon Barner and running back LeGarrette Blount. Both played under Chip Kelly's coaching reign. Barner attended the university in 2009 through 2012, while Blount transferred to Oregon his junior year, and he has also been in the NFL since 2010.
Next, we have the story of Oregon runner Justin Gallegos. Reporter Lorna Parra has more.
Justin Gallegos never considered himself much of an athlete, but has always had a desire to be involved with campus activities. Gallegos loved playing football growing up, but could no longer play due to restrictions. Justin has cerebral palsy, a condition which affects the brain and causes impaired muscle movement. But to Justin, there were no limitations that were going to stop his ambition. He gave cross country a try, and 6 years later, the passion for the sport carried him to the University of Oregon.
There are other schools out there that could have given me that opportunity, but I wanted to come to U of O for a bigger reason.
Gallegos has been dedicated to running for the past 6 years and dreamed of being a part of Track Time USA, but there was a time when he thought his dream of being a Duck would not come true.
Nike, and they offered, that was enough to pay for the majority of my first year.
With the help of Running Insights director, the UO running coach Tom Heinonen learned of Gallegos and his eagerness to become part of the team.
He's got perseverance. He does it, and he just does it, and he goes for runs, and he falls down, and he comes back bloody. You know, he's a focal point of some efforts by a number of people to see what they can do to help not only Justin, but other folks too.
Justin's signature saying is, "There is no such thing as a disability," hoping others will use his running career as an inspiration.
I can make it, and other disabled people can make it. I hope to share my story, and I hope I can never stop running.
Justin is currently in the process of training for a half marathon as he aspires to be the first full-bodied runner to set an official record with cerebral palsy. Reporting for Duck TV Sports, I'm Lauren Apara.
2 weeks ago, campuses all over the nation mourned the loss of Washington State quarterback Tyler Hilinski. According to Pullman Police, Tyler's death was caused by a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Tyler was projected to be starting quarterback for the Cougars next season. He played in the Holiday Bowl 2 months ago. Washington State head coach Mike Leach released a statement via Twitter. He said, quote, "We are deeply saddened to hear the news of Tyler's passing. He was an incredible young man, and everyone who had the privilege of knowing him was better for it. The entire WSU community mourns as thoughts and prayers go out to his family," end quote. Tyler's tragic death shines light on the stigma of athletes and mental health. University of Oregon has a 24/7 crisis hotline for suicide prevention and mental health. That number is 541-346-3227. On behalf of Duck TV, we send condolences to Tyler's friends and family.
Well, that's all we have for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in.
Make sure to catch us up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook for all things Oregon athletics.
Back to Celeste and Amira at the news desk.
Thanks, Emma and Talia. Some news from up north. Amazon opened its first cashier-free convenience store in Seattle. All customers can scan their Amazon Go app before entering and grab whatever they need. Customers have a variety of options, including groceries, cold drinks, and other quick goods. Amazon expects to open more stores in the future, but for now, you can take a trip up to Seattle and check out this new shopping experience.
The Greater Albany School District has recently created an anti-bullying coalition to fight the recent surges in bullying within the schools. On January 24th, the school district held a community forum to make a plan to combat these negative behaviors impacting schools within the community. There will be another forum on February 7th at the Albany Option School to continue their anti-bullying efforts.
Eugene is beginning the development of a unique and urban public park. Chase Thompson has more on the story.
Eugene's park system is about to get a new addition. The city begins to develop a new 3-acre park which will connect downtown Eugene to the Willamette River. Eugene has agreed to purchase the 16-acre E-Web riverfront property. The plan outlines the creation of a multi-use riverfront. This allows additional space to build the park. Emily Proudfoot shares more information about the redevelopment.
So this is kind of the classic redevelopment of a former industrial site. You know, ideally we're doing a lot of habitat enhancements on the riverbank, but yet making it a really fun place for people to come and hang out and enjoy the riverfront.
The main goal of the riverfront is to create more access to the river, as Proudfoot explains other accomplishments for the city of Eugene.
Increasing views to the river, and we're creating a gathering place, and maybe there's a way to tie up your boat and go down the river or have lunch.
This plan will bring economic growth to the city of Eugene for years to come. This is Chase Thompson. Now back to you at the desk.
The riverfront development will be open before the 2021 IAAF Track and Field World Championships. That's all for this episode. Thanks for tuning in.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Duck TV News. Have a great night, Eugene.